Hi guys, I just want to show you this kind of divination technique and explain it as I go along. So I've got a pack of tarot cards here. To show you the box as well before I move on. So you've probably seen this on my video before anyway. So that's the tarot I'm using just in case anyone's curious. Um, Gonna have to find a way to get the light off the cards. So while we're waiting for that though, my voice might just go a little bit quiet, like quieter. Hopefully not. I'll keep it as close as I can to me. Actually, I think I could do that. Okay, so hopefully my voice is not too much quieter. Um, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to shuffle these just 3 times. One, two. Sorry, that's one. Bad habit. I would have to remind myself that's one. Two. And then 3. Whoops, if I can get it. I don't want any to fall out if I can help it. We're not going to count them even if they do. So we've done it 3 times. Then I'm going to count 26. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Now the 26th one, just pull it over and that'll be our past card. I asked for the energies of June, okay, so that was my question, just just to give a general breakdown what's going on here. So just do it again, 26. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, and pull that one over. Then you should be left with no cards left, and then you'll know you've done it right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and the last card, and you've got no cards left. So that's how you know you've done it right. I'm just going to move all them out the way and move these down. So that's for the energies of June. If you just give me a second, guys, I'll try to set this up so the light's not on the cards. Right, guys, sorry about that. So we've got it set up so you can't see the light in any way. So I'm just going to spread these out just a tiny bit. So we have the past, the present, and the future, okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the ruins. So I'm only going to pick 2 ruins, guys. I'm doing it blind out the box. So the first one is going to be that one. I'll set it up in a minute correctly. The next one was that one. Just so you could kind of see them. It's not brilliant, but I want to put this ruin in between those 2 cards. This ruin between those 2 cards. Just give me a second. Okay, guys, I'm back. Sorry about the pause and stuff. Just want to get it so like the video is nice and quick for you guys because I'm having to go through the book and things. Right, so what we have here is the past, present, and future, okay? And the 2 ruins. You could do this however you want. You could have a ruin here, so you could have it between all these gaps, okay? I'm just doing it 2 just to keep it simple. So this is why the tarot and the ruins are different in a sense. So the tarot is the doorway, okay? So you can imagine that as a doorway. And then the ruins are your foundations between the doorways. That's why I put the ruin there, and that's why you could have one here if you wanted. Just as an example, guys. So we've got Airwas there and a Thuraz there to show us the foundations between these doorways, okay? So the first one, we'd start here with the card, Queen of Swords, or the Queen of Aphamus in this deck. And she's all prim and proper. She cuts the flowers all to the same size. She even has like right set of knives. She has to be proper. Everything has to be properly done and all that. Like sometimes this could be over the top or it could be just right. The bird there is a messenger in the background. It could be a distractor as well, kind of thing. Like it'll take her eyes off what she's doing. So but at this point, even though the distraction's there in the background, she's not looking at it. She's concentrating on what she's doing. It's just to show you that other side of the card, because every card has a like sort of positive and negative aspect to it. So what I would say here is like beginning. Let's just say, for example, like beginning of the month of June, which we're already in now, and anyway, everything's been sort of cut prim and proper. It's not being distracted by tweets, let's say. Like the bird, for example. Things are just getting on. So this could be like an aspect of people cutting back from social media, which is a good thing. People concentrating on the purpose, what needs to be done. People being too like over proper, prim and proper, like being a bit of a stickler as well. But I could also like show that side that people could be getting distracted from being proper as well. But let's just say, for this example, we look to the now like sort of like foundation between the door, which is was, and this rune is a relationship between to systematically distinct yourself, harmoniously working within yourself, type of thing. Relationship between man and his horse, in a sense. So like like a communication between you and the thing that would get you by. But back in the olden days, it'd be the horse, because like the only means of travel was the horse, of getting about, type of thing. So just thinking like is it like a boom of power, like with being like a horse, something that would drive you, something you've got to rely on. So you can't just rely on your own means. You got to rely on the friendship in this sense of an animal, but it doesn't have to be an animal. It could be like, because now we're in the future in a sense. You could look at it as new forms of transport. And for most people, don't really have horses now, and they don't even have cars or anything like that. So their own legs are the transport in a sense. But it's like mainly like God look at it from like sort of like the aspect of like a chariot sort of thing, like where you're on a chariot and the horses are pulling you along. You like controlling where the horses go, in a sense, unless the horses go wild. But you know that they're a powerful force, so you try and keep them tame and things like that. So like go from here, like being prim and proper, like showing like to try and keep that in the tame. So I would say, like, it's not going to be like sort of over prim and proper. So this rune is showing us here that she's not going to be over prim and proper. She can even like allow herself to be distracted and still do the job okayish, like balance. It's enough, it doesn't have to be absolutely like down to like every like flower has to measure 20 centimeters in a sense. One can just be a millimeter under or over, sort of thing. Um, and then we go into the night of Artemis. So just pause for a second. Okay, guys, I just had to make sure I got this one right. With this being like horse, and I was getting being distracted because the horse like comes again. So this again, Hairways comes here as well because there's a foundation between these two aspects. Okay. Here we have like sort of swift, aggressive energy, self-assured, sudden charges, boldness, courage, abilities, skill, um, incisive career, activity, braveness, erotic action, quick implementation of ideas, and for the reversal, impulse, impatience, boastful, showing off, quick temper, headstrong, impractical ideas, unprincipled in pursuit of goals. So, um, I'm just thinking because with Air was being there, and I'm just taking it at that it's terming the aspects of the negativity, so it won't be like impulsive impatience or like boastfulness showing off, quick to temper or anything like that. Be the other side of things. So like still like have aggressive energy even in the positive, self-assured, sudden charges. So like this would be like sort of in a sense like you're showing like some other aspect that you're the master. In this sense, it's just like through the horse, as like through was on the card of the Knight of Artemis. Um, and like the Knight of Artemis also shares the aspect of Thuras, which is like you could see that as protection, defense, like a strong defense. It can be like also like be seen as prickly and things like that. But this in this sense, because it's like showed us its term, I believe, then I'm gonna like think that like it's like very defensive, which is a good thing because like it can like show that you're like practicing patience with things to master them. So like from the first card and the second card, it showed me like the person, especially with Air was being there as well, that the person's like able to balance the patience to and the tolerance to mastery, because these things aren't easy. You've got to put up with a lot of crap to get to that ability type of thing. Um, so you're not like quick to temper, quick to be sort of judgmental and all that type of thing from these two cards. Um, and then theorize like shown also like it's the foundation between this card here is a defensive like sort of, especially like with this like starting it, like I'm seeing it like in that sense like it's more defensive rather than prickly. Um, Show me like like there could be like a good energy to practice like things that you wanted to like be really well skilled at. Because like I said, it doesn't have to be a horse, and it doesn't have to be transport in a sense. It could be by your own means. But it's between you and something else, or between you and whatever you're wanting to be skilled with, um, kind of thing. And then we have the Oak King Lasso. I'll just pause one more time. So with the Orc King, it's the Hanged Man. Okay, so just like kind of obvious if you know your tarot cards, but if you didn't, that's what it is. It's the Hanged Man, but here is the Orc King. We get like a very sort of Odin aspect here, the man hanging him upside down on a tree. So it's like paused activity, transition, meditation, weighing options, inner peace, patience, deciding what changes make self-sacrifice for gains. Reversed, decision made, time for action, missed opportunity, fear of change or fear of missing out even, Um, but I'm taking it again, like in that defensive, in that balance, because of the two ruins here. Like, show me that the foundations are balanced, and in that defensive aspect, especially with what the cards are saying. So here, like again, like this is like a inner mind working ruin to these two. These are like action ruins, where this is like taking time out to like really like sort of feel your way through. Are you doing these activities right? Is there something better that you could be doing? Like how to do it? Contemplate, and like is there even another way to do the same action through other means, type of thing? Because it's like this sense, you could look at this card like here, the Old King, as he's looking at more than one world, so you could look at it through the Odin aspect of it as well. Like he's looking through all like his senses, like touch, taste, smell, hearing, sight, seeing, his awareness, and then how to balance that, which is showing down here, on the floor, like that the balance of the infinities here. Um, so he's looking through like 8 worlds here, but then like the ninth world is like like everything behind and what he's on the tree and everything like that. The ninth world is what he's in, kind of thing. Because like all the senses, and then this balance would be the eighth, and but like all of it, nature and everything becomes the ninth world. The one that he's in. Um, so like looking through like different aspects of oneself, and then also bringing that like to the outer self, which is the ninth world, the nature, of like how can I balance this? And again, it's like showing here as well, like that this is balanced. Like obviously it has negative aspects, but because we're looking at it in the positive, because the two ruins with what the cards are showing us, the foundations are showing us and the doors are showing us also, but they just give that like extra hint of like, oh well, the horse, like that controls the chariot, even though you've got the reins. That horse has to be tamed to be balanced, and then these two cards, because it's like in between these two cards, are showing us pretty much just from even just this one card. It was kind of already showing us that, like that this rune was showing us that it was a term of not getting like sort of too carried away in it. But then when both of them came together, it was like a like confirmation in a sense. Like yes, it's showing us that this is balanced. That you can within this month get really good at your skills, whatever that may be. So it could be just like things like painting, like crafting, woodwork type of thing. If you've got like housework thing, to do. So it's like inside and outside here, past, present, doesn't really matter. Because the past and the present just means from the past, it's something that's gone on in a sense, but it's still like something you're doing in the moment in a sense. So you could say like she's cut this first row, so now that's in the past, but you still got all these other roses to do, which becomes the present type of thing. Um, but it's like this card in a sense is showing like very similar aspects, not the exact same, because like it's having to control, do tricks kind of thing, like show off his skills. But this is kind of similar, but not really. This is more just like showing like the aspect of the attitude of like I'm going to get this done right from that like inner look. Um, like it could get like sort of to the point where it like starts pulling petals just to make every flower like look the same type of things. That prim and proper sort of aspect about it. Where this like it's still prim and proper, but it goes into the sense of like the ego starts to drive in a sense of like, oh, well, I'm really clever now. I've got the skill. I can show off. I could do tricks. And sort of like look for attention from others, and because it's like wanting to show off as well, where this isn't really wanting attention from others. It's just like trying to get that attention on itself. So they're like both different, well, both similar but different, if you know what I mean. Um, like the attitudes of them. Um, and then this going to Thuras, which is sort of the thought, which is not sort of, sorry, which is the thorn ruin. So it's like prickly, but it's also like a strong defense. So it defends like the rose from, like people grabbing it to get the flowers type of thing. Um, it's like thorny, it's prickly, but it's also defensive. But because of these two cards, even though like I'm just like showed you the negative aspects, I don't see it in those negative aspects because of Air Wars showing us that control of the like horse pulling us, driving us can be tamed, which is like shown through the first card more than this card in a sense that you could tame down like your thoughts to get it done properly, so you don't get driven away by the ego in a sense. So like it's shown like in a sense you could watch your egos, catch yourself like in that. Or don't be too boastful. You could do your tricks in a sense. You know what you're capable of and what you're not capable of. Don't like go past that. That's enough type of thing. You've done your job up to here, where here it's shown again like in a similar aspect, but here like you're calming yourself down into that inner, really deep inner meditation of can you do something better, but you're not being boastful about it here or egotistic, because you calm yourself right down into your own inner patience, your own inner tolerance, and you're going to weigh up whether it's stupid or not, in a sense. What can you do? Or is it over the top? Or is it enough, in a sense, because you're going to look through like all the aspects of your own inner senses to analyze like your skill craft, if you like, through these two cards. The skill of being able to tolerate and be patient with your own inner dialogue here, even though you could set up all your proper equipment, whether it's needed, well, it's like could be over necessary, but it might be needed also. So you have it on the side just in case, type of thing. Um, I was just showing you, like again, like that sort of outer message that you're not going to be distracted by the bird from the window. You're not going to allow yourself to be distracted to show off to others for that like self-indulgence of like wanting attention. Because here, like through the defensive thorn, it's shown that you're being defensive within yourself, kind of thing. There's no others here. It's all like you see, like there's no others on any of these cards. It's just one person. So it's showing like like that inner dialogue again, like from here, like deep in the mind to contemplate. But you could greater the skill or lesser the skill, because you might be being over boastful, being too particular in a sense, or you might not be particular enough. You're going to weigh up the odds here and get that exact balance. Hope you enjoyed that, guys. Like so you could see like here, like why the ruins are different to the turret in a sense. The turret is the doors. The ruins are the foundations between the doors. So there you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you next time.